Victory demands it.
Okay, so here we are, back in the Crucible. Hopefully having a good time, hopefully enjoying this game mode. I know a lot of people seem to struggle with it, and let's face it, Crucible and being good at it every single time consistently is extremely hard to do. So what I got is a few things here that I noticed. I do want to share it, I do want to talk about it, so I felt like making a video about it was appropriate. These are some tips or some things that I've done over time and have helped me to get a little bit better. The first one is pretty big. I know a lot of people don't do it. Some people do it, but depending on play style, it isn't necessarily for everybody. But it's to keep your distance. If you see a whole bunch of red lighting up on that radar, keep your distance. Watch the other players, watch what's going on in the battlefield, watch the movement of the map, the spawn points, all that. Keep that in mind and stay back. Stay safe. Don't go out in lanes unless you're ready to make a play, unless you know you can get the play. If you're 99% sure you can make a play, then maybe poke your head out. But other than that, don't do it. Don't run in there like a crazy person. This isn't Call of Duty. Everybody running around with MP5, just mowing people down. It's not like that. So with Destiny PvP, Crucible, it's just a whole nother animal, like totally different game. Keep your distance. Stay back. Watch what's going on and learn. Learn. Stay back. Keep your distance and try to pick people off. Wait for them to make a mistake and then pick them off. That's huge. It's just, in this game it's huge. Your survivability will increase, your KDA, your KD will increase. That's just something that you need to do. And sometimes we chase, sometimes we'll push, we'll get mad. Control yourself, step back, and just learn to just keep your distance. Number 2 is the meta weapons. So there's certain guns that you turn on a YouTube channel, you turn on YouTube, you go to a streamer that plays Destiny, and they're just all using the same guns. Like here, in this video, I'm using True Prophecy, 120 hand cannon, and Fellwinter's Lie. So pretty meta. These two guns, they're very meta. But the thing is, it doesn't necessarily mean that that gun is going to be perfect for you. So hand cannons in particular right now, they're kind of slow, and if you miss a shot, you're most likely going to be dead. They're not like a forgivable weapon. They're not easy to use. You need to hit your headshots, you need to be extremely accurate with them, and the time it's going to take you to fire off 2 shots at someone, if you're not hitting them, one in the head, one in the body, or 2 in the head, they're just going to kill you. Like, these guns are meta, and they're great. Hand cannons are very powerful right now. But I would recommend, for somebody who's struggling with those headshots with the hand cannon and being accurate and managing the reloads on them, because they're slow, I would recommend guns like the Suros Regime, No Time to Explain, even the Arctic Haze. These kind of auto rifles and pulse rifles are very, very forgiving weapons. I can miss a few shots and then get right back on track again, get right back on my target, and still get the kill. And they have a decent, TTK. As far as last season, I know this season there was some minor changes, right, to those guns, but they're still solid guns. I'd rather be using, if I just started playing this and I was having trouble with my aim or with hand cannons, I would definitely use something like Suros Regime, learn the spin-up pattern, and then take that in the Crucible. And I'm telling you, you'll do a lot better with those guns if you're having trouble with the accuracy of say a hand cannon. So meta weapons don't necessarily mean anything. If you're taking the worst weapon in the game and you're going up against meta weapons, then of course you're probably going to lose 9 out of 10 times. But the guns I'm talking about aren't bad weapons, and they're no longer meta weapons. So look at some of those other guns. Like I said, Suros, No Time to Explain, Arctic Haze. You can be off target and adjust and still get a kill in a 1v1. Number 3 is keep that weapon on. So when you figure out what weapon you're going to use, like you've decided this is it, this is my gun, this feels good. I just got 30 kills with it in a match of Control, and I'm feeling good, this is it. Play with that gun all the time. Even your PvE, even your Gambit, just keep that gun equipped. Do it. Do that for like a week, 2 weeks. I wasn't using hand cannons. I was using No Time to Explain for a long time last season with Fellwinters, and now True Prophecy, I bring it everywhere with me. I use this hand cannon for everything. It felt crispy, and I could hit the headshots, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to use this all the time till I just get awesome with it. Like right here, I just took a dude out of his super with it. Like, it's a nasty gun. It's got Rampage, and mine has Rampage spec on it, as well as the mod. But anyway, yeah, so keep your gun on. If that gun feels good to you, play everything with that gun. Your muscle memory is going to increase, your aim's going to get better, you're going to get used to that gun, you're going to get used to snapping it to a target. Keep your gun equipped, use it in all game modes, and then when you go into Crucible, it's going to feel better. The last thing, the fourth tip I got, is just learning how to take advantage of your class ability. And this one's pretty hard. I would say, you know, maybe watch some streamers, watch some people who play a lot of Destiny, who have the hours and hours and hours, and notice what class they're using and see maybe how they're using some of the abilities. I'm a Titan main, and I'll tell you right now, the new stasis abilities for Titan, like the melee, I can get out of a situation so fast with that melee. I could just fly up in the air and fly halfway across the map with the melee. And I use it as an escape tactic. Very rarely. I think maybe once or twice in this video I actually did use it as an offensive move to finish up a shotgun miss or something. But in reality, I use that move to get out of there. So if I'm in a 1v1 or a 2v1, a bad situation, and I need to get out of there quickly, I can use my Titan melee. Same thing with the grenades, and same thing with, you know, in my case it's the barrier. But look at your class, maybe look at a streamer, look at somebody who plays with that class all the time, if it's Hunter, Warlock, whatever, and learn how to use those class abilities, because a lot of times they can just give you more room to shoot, give you more options to get those kills, to get those headshots. Oh, I just got a 10 streak there. Nice. Yeah, so keep those things in mind. I don't usually do videos like this, so I'm sorry if it came off a little like all over the place or whatever, but those things that I mentioned, they're gonna be: keep your distance, don't rush in, and stick with your team if it's necessary, but keep your distance. Don't go running ahead. Stay back, look for the red on the radar, and be careful about where you're stepping out into. The second was meta weapons. Maybe those meta weapons aren't for you. There's always a good alternative to a #1 meta weapon that sometimes people overlook it because their favorite streamer isn't using it. So pick a gun that works for you, that feels good for you, and has a good TTK, or a relatively good TTK. There's usually like 10 every season that are good, so you don't need that #1 gun. And number 3 is keep that weapon on at all times. Get used to that weapon. If that's the gun you're going to use, don't take that sucker off. Leave it on. Leave it on in PvE, leave it on in Gambit, and then when you're going to Crucible, it's going to feel that much better to use it. The last one was learn your class ability. It sounds like a no-brainer, but most people are horrible with their class abilities that I see. Cloud Strike just got me. I only died twice in this video, and the first one was a freaking stasis grenade, and then the second one was a Cloud Strike collateral damage kill. So I stayed alive here by being careful. Back to step 1. And but yeah, so learn your class ability, do the other things I said, and hopefully you'll start to play a little bit better. Don't give up. You know, try to learn. I'm learning. Like, I'm not nowhere near the best at this game, and I'm trying every week to get better with limited time to play. And you know, you also have to ask yourself, is it worth it? Is it worth it to play Destiny and get good at it? To invest the time? It might not be for you. There's a lot of other cool games out there you could be playing. But if you want to play Destiny, you want to be good, I think these tips will help you out, and I appreciate it if you stuck through this for the whole video, which is around 10 minutes. Thank you so much, and hopefully you'll like, comment, hit me up, subscribe, all that stuff. Thanks. Bye.
Bring it home, Guardian. Impressive. You could give the Redjacks a lesson in territory control.